It's good. This music gets me pumped. Welcome to the Jambi Show once again. Kind of late night edition, but we're doing it. We're in the studio. It's 11 o'clock at night, but you know what? This is what we do. This is what we do for the fucking people. Ryan is off again. I know this fucking guy, right? But it's good reason. His anus is still recovering from the Duncan Mills gay rodeo last weekend out there in Guerneville, Duncan Mills area. It's a real story. Look it up. So Ryan will not be attending once again. You know, he's got a hard time getting here with all his extracurriculars. So, but a new guest host that was going to be on this week, but due to back issues, he won't be joining us. But John Esposti will be joining us and doing some fun takes. He is a Republican through and through, voting for Trump. So he is welcome here on the Jambi Show for sure. So that'll be fun. It's going to be fun. Yeah, and his back problems are not related to the Duncan Mills gay rodeo. There's no relation to his back issues. Ryan's, yes. John's, no. But no, it'll be fun. And there'll be some shows where all three of us will be on here. And then I'll know Jesus is coming, because that'll be a miracle. Shout outs, the boys down at Canavine. Thank you for all your stuff you do down in the Canavine shop there. And to the county road department, all the guys down there. I used to work for county roads a couple times, briefly. They're a little brief. It was very brief. But good people down there. And my alleged best friend is the supervisor there. Hi, Berkey. Yeah, fucking Burke. Anyway, football season kicked off this Sunday, and it was fucking phenomenal. There were some highs, there were some lows. Aaron Rodgers, holy fuck, shit, fuck. All the hype leading up, savior of the Jets, from Willie Namath to Aaron Rodgers. This was the guy who was going to get him to the Super Bowl. Great team. Everything's there. Solid defense, young crew, great offense, great running game, great coaching, great owners. Everything's set for Rodgers to win a Super Bowl at his old ass age. And on the fourth snap of the game, there was another snap, and that was his Achilles tendon. Booyah. Aaron Rodgers is done for the season. So his debut was short-lived. And the Jets fans and half of New York were crying. I felt so fucking bad. I don't even know. How do you do that? You know, you get all ready to go. You're fucking there and pow, Dunsky. I mean, you know, you get halfway through the season. I don't know which is harder. Right in the start. I got the right at the start injury, and it sucks, but oh well. What are you going to do? So that happened. Raiders won. My team won, and everybody in the AFC West lost. That was fucking awesome. And the Saints, they won with Derek Carr's debut as quarterback, and the 49ers look unstoppable. And that's your motherfucking sports news for today and your shout outs. All right, I'm going to get right fucking into it. The Maui Lahaina murders. Yes, murders and child abduction. That's what they are. The fires are the fucking... they murdered the people and abducted the children. And you can say what you want, but just look at all the shit that's going down with the people that live there, all their lives. There's multiple witnesses saw a helicopter when nobody was allowed. They said no one's flying in or out. This was like in the heat of the fucking fires, like smoke and shit. People were running when they first started. And there's film of a fucking cargo helicopter. Now, these are the big ones with the middle section missing, where they can pick up those big shipping containers. What the fuck do you think's in those shipping containers? Huh? I'm going to take a wild guess that's where all the missing children are, because nobody seems to know what happened to the fucking kids. And nobody seems to really fucking bat an eye about this. There's like 1,000 children missing from the fires. Nobody knows, and nobody seems to give a shit. You know where they're at? They're at fucking Oprah's bunker. I'm telling you, man. This shit is so whacked and so fucking corroded with corruption and murder, and it's fucking about the land rights. They want the land. Oprah wants the land. There's other rumors it could be the first 15-minute city. That if you don't know anything about 15-minute cities, those are the new world order's plan on basically giving you everything you need in this city where you don't fucking get to leave. Because basic agenda ending is total control. So you got these fires, right? And so one of the big conspiracy theories, but it's probably fucking not a conspiracy because it is it's right on point because you can just see it in the videos. So somehow Oprah's house turned blue. So here's the thing. All the houses, including Oprah's, basically the millionaires, billionaire, gazillionaire club, $1 million. Nobody burned their properties. The helicopter's going down the beach and it's burn, 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 burn. Beautiful mansion, green grass, nothing wrong with it. Burn, burn. Then it gets to the row of the $1 million fucking mansions. Fucking nothing. Burnt all around it with a good little buffer. Didn't let the fire get too close to their precious homes. And their roofs are painted blue. There's a car that's in the row of all the burnt cars down the strip on the beach. That car is blue. So the conspiracy is that the fires are started by a laser that can burn instantly, burn shit like glass. The cars had melted glass and aluminum, shit that doesn't normally burn in a regular fire. It was burnt. And the theory is it doesn't burn anything blue. And then they put a bunch of cloths together in different colors, reds, yellow, green, orange. So they ran the laser across it. Burns the shit out of the red, burns the shit out of the yellow, gets to the blue, doesn't burn shit. They're waving it all over the blue one. Doesn't burn shit. Gets to the green, burn. Gets to the orange, burn. So it's not that big of a fucking weird conspiracy theory because these fires seem to be controlled in a certain manner where certain places burnt and certain places didn't. And the areas that burnt was the land that the people were never going to give up. It's family owned land. They've lived there their entire lives. These people, this is their heritage. This is Hawaii is their life. And they weren't going to budge. And guess what? Fucking money controls the world, whether you fucking want to believe it or not. We don't control shit. Millionaires and billionaires, they all control the world. It's the Schwabs of the world. It's the Jeff Bezos. It's the Bill Gates. You know, fortunately, Elon Musk is a good fucking dude. He's one of the rare fucking billionaires that is trying to fucking do the right thing and help people. That's why I like the dude. Other than that, they can all suck a fucking dick. I'm tired. Bill Gates, don't even get me started on fucking that evil bastard. So anyway, those homes didn't burn. And how do you explain it? And the actual people who lived there said police weren't letting anybody in or out. that shit was getting on fire. That's murder. They murdered the fucking people and they took the children to be trafficked in the sex slave market. So either the fucking cartel cut a deal or Oprah's got them, because if you think Oprah Winfrey is this giving kind motherfucker, like, oh, we started off our benefit, me and The Rock, with $5 million each, blah, 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 for Lahaina. Bullshit, you did. You're asking fucking commoners, people that are struggling in this fucked up economy that Biden gave us, for money. You could redo the island, Oprah, by yourself with the money in your fucking fat pockets. You big-headed weirdo with your dieting constantly. Big head, little head, big head, little head. You're a pedophile and you are one of the most evil people, and you run a child sex trafficking ring. And I don't care to say it. Oprah, you're fucking evil. So she's got him in because there's a adjoining island that Oprah has property on. And this island has an underground concrete bunker. Why would she need an underground concrete bunker? Is she a prepper for the nuclear wars, maybe? I don't think she is. I think that's where the fucking children are. That's where all the screams are going to be coming from. So, it's an evil world, fucking people. I'm not even going to hold back anything anymore, because this is the way it is. This is the way the shit they wanted to play. This is the way it's going down. So, I don't know. And Joe Biden fucking gave two shits about Hawaii. He spent more time after the fucking hurricane in Florida. It's like, what? Thousands of people died and children are missing, and you're like, oh, Florida gets a fucking hurricane all the time. It's not like, oh, wow, Florida had a hurricane? Didn't see that coming. Bullshit. They have hurricane season down there. This is my favorite. So, I've been saying this for a long time. And when I'm right, I'm fucking right. And when I'm right, I like to tell the people, yeah. Obama. Obama is a homo. And like I said before, and Michelle has a cock. I called it. I said, Michelle is really Mike, and Obama is gay. Now, it wasn't bad enough that that letter he wrote came out and said he had, thoughts of having homosexual sex with men. I don't know whether other kind of sex you have with men other than homosexual sex. Anyway, so I'm like, oh, I knew it. And then the whistleblower came out, Tucker Carlson, and just spilled it. Said he had sex with old Obama. Barack sucked a good cock, according to this fucking guy, and came back for more. And they did crack cocaine together. Apparently, Barack is a mellow dude on the crack. Well, could have told you, folks. See, here's the problem with the world. People see these people on TV with their smiles and they're so nice, and they get behind closed doors and they're like, fuck those people. I give two fucks about them. And they're evil as shit. Don't believe the hype. There are good people. There are a lot of good people out there. A lot of good people. But there are some people that you just have been looking up to forever. Like Oprah Winfrey, she gives shit out on her show and she's always intriguing and helping people. It's all a big fucking ruse. So, yeah. So Obama, yeah. And then you got the dead chef, the Obama chef, who was an expert paddleboarder, expert swimmer. He dies mysteriously, and They find him naked. Weird. What you doing naked? Paddleboarding, boy. Um, so they find him naked, and apparently he hit his head on a rock, is what they're saying, and he drowned. Well, bullshit. Um, Nothing adds up because the Obama said they weren't on that island in the area, and then they ended up admitting that they were. Why would they lie in the first place? That's kind of weird. And Obama had a black eye. So there was a scuffle. No one's asking where he got the black eye. It's like the Obamas, the Clintons and the Obamas and the Bidens have such a corrupt grip on the fucking government that they can get away with murder until somebody kicks them the fuck out. Donald J. Trump, coming your way soon. Thank you very much. Till someone gets them out, fuck, they can do whatever they want. And they did. Obama killed a man. Clintons killed their chef. And Clintons killed a lot of people. They just haven't literally fucking no. They must have some shit on some people for not fucking ratting them out. But yeah. So, and you know, in all the midst of this, nobody's thinking about we got a war coming. Because I don't think there's enough time. I don't think we have enough time to get Trump in there to fucking fix all this shit in time, because dumbass Joe Biden is an idiot. And he's stirring up shit just by being an idiot. And they're teaming up. Russia's getting ready. China is their ally. Iran is China and Russia's ally. North Korea is all of their allies. We fucked. They all got nuclear weapons. Now let's look at the USA side with our allies. Batting first, Vietnam. Oh, we're getting to those. Well, Poland can kick some ass, but for the most part, though, Vietnam, yeah, if we're fighting in Vietnam, they can fucking undig all their little tunnels and shit. They're good in the jungle, but we ain't fighting in the jungle. Taiwan, same shit. And how many wars have fucking Taiwan fought? Japan. Well, it just speaks for itself, right? They tried, and then we said no. We said no. Boom. And they said, "Oh, we be friends now." The Philippines. The Philippines. I haven't seen a lot of wars fought by the Philippines. Maybe in the jungles, but I'm not looking for a lot of soldiers coming out of the Philippines to help us. So far we're not batting 1,000 at all. Now we have, here we go. Big continent. Australia. Good day, mate. We can throw some shrimp at them in the bobby too, I guess. What the fuck? Australia. Yeah, if we're in the fucking bush country, nobody's fighting over there. It'd be scary to fight over there because you wouldn't even have to fucking worry about the other people. You'd have to worry about the fucking spiders and everything else there that can kill you. That is a dangerous place. Florida and Australia is dangerous just by the fucking creatures that live there. So that'd be scary. But so Australia. Okay, then we got France. You know, those tough bastards. France. Are you scared of France, son? Not really. No, you aren't. Then you got Canada. Canada, that guy's a weirdo. He's all about being transgender. He's running around town with his rainbow flag and his transgender movement. And he keeps trying to change things in mid fucking whatever they call them over there, dictatorship. And just can't get it right. The guy's an idiot. So we can't count on the Canadians. Are they going to come down? Send the Mounties. So far we don't have a lot of power behind us. We just became so we just became if you look at Biden's press conferences and the gibble gabble he spills out and talks about stories that never happen and don't exist, does not shed any empathy for the people that actually lost somebody, ever, and makes it about himself. And that's why we're going to go to war because we look like a bitch. We really do. China and Russia, Iran, they've been chomping at the bit. Superpower, we're not no more. So it's talking like Yoda. Superpower. No. We're not the superpower anymore. America's their bitch. And they know it because Biden, our leader, isn't prepared for nothing but except for fucking climate change. That's all he cares about. Was he gonna fucking launch a windmill at him? he's gonna get us fucked up, is what he's gonna do. And I don't see a way out of it. I mean, we're in a cold war. We're gonna be going into a hot war, which means we're gonna send troops over there because we can't fight a war here. Are you kidding? You think maybe they'll all agree? Hey, let's keep it just in the fucking Sahara Desert, you know, Arizona plains, and just not destroy anything. America's not set up for war like that. Those countries, that's all they do. They're like half their fucking land is a battlefield. So they're used to fucking artillery and shit. So we're going to fight this on their turf. So that would be through Ukraine, that we just fucking spilled a bunch of money to this fucking leader who's a ex-comedian. I can't believe they named a leader of a country who was a stand-up comic. That's great. Nothing against stand-up comics. I love stand-up comics. But we'd have to be choosing one very carefully. So it's gonna be scary. They might draft because the numbers are so far down now in the services. Nobody wants to join. Everybody's wondering if they want a dick or a vagina. That's pretty much all the before 20s, teens and 20s are doing. It's so we got no fighters. Our numbers are down. And Joe tells them all the time, like on the fucking news. Yeah, we're low on artillery, he's quoted. Thank you, Joe, for letting the world know we're low on artillery. And we are low on servicemen and women. Thank you for announcing that too, Joe. So I'm not announcing shit that the world doesn't already know because fucking blabbermouth idiot said it already. We got a war at home. Again, I mean, we've had a war at home for years now since they booted out Trump. Everything's gone to shit. Whoops. And COVID's coming back because Bill Gates wants it back because he's a madman, fucking mad scientist, that cocksucker. But he was releasing mosquitoes over fucking Florida out of a helicopter. What do you think those mosquitoes had in them, people? Now people are getting like weird fucking malaria and shit that people don't normally get. He wants to thin the herd. Bill Gates is evil. One of his best friends was Jeffrey Epstein. Put it together. You don't hang out with Jeffrey Epstein and go to his island multiple times if you aren't a fucked up individual in the head. You know, and my girlfriend said this once, and I thought about it the other day. She's like, well, just because you're on the flight log doesn't mean they're a pedophile. Here's my answer to that. No way in the Hollywood circle amongst the wealthy did nobody know what the fuck was going on out at that island. People talk in Hollywood. People fucking talk. People do a lot of drugs. They get drunk. They go to a lot of parties and they talk. They whisper. And to tell me you got on a flight to go to fucking Jeffrey Epstein's island and thought it was just for a fucking cocktail party, I don't think you're fucking know who you're talking to, because I ain't fucking born yesterday and you're a fucking retard if you think you can pass that bullshit story by anybody. But people buy it. People buy it. It's not always guilty by association, but if you're going flying out to that island, you are guilty in my book. You're hanging out with pedophiles. You know what the fuck's going on down there. You know what's going on in that one room that everybody keeps popping out of, all sweaty and shit. So don't fucking tell me you didn't know. It's, I mean, Oprah's best friend was Henry Weinstein. He's a fucking rapist. And probably a molester, child molester too. I mean, it comes in the territory. Just ask Gwyneth Paltrow. He fucking tried to finger her against her will. So, telling you, the people you think. So COVID, they're gonna try no. See, here's where it's just gonna get unruly, because Biden's pushing it. He's not pushing like he used to, but if they start to mandate it, and places have mandated it already, Kaiser here in Santa Rosa, California, has made their employees put masks back on as well as guests. It was on Fox News. Hey, Santa Rosa, whoop-de-fucking do. So people are already said, up your butt, Joe Boo, with that shit. And then there's going to be fights, because there's going to be the idiots who think we're trying to kill them without wearing our mask. And then, what are you doing standing so close to me in line? I fucking hate those people. I like the ones that just turn around and kind of dog you. And I inch up. I get fucking right up on them. I'm like breathing on their neck, give them a little lick, a little lick on the back of the ear. Let them know I'm there. I want to buy my shit. Let's go. Don't fucking fiddle faddle with that fucking credit card, Grandpa. That bugs the shit out of me. It's like no old person knows how to work that fucking sliding machine. Every time I get in line, old person, credit card issues. Fucking, I can bet on it. So I've come to know when I go shopping to bring my patient face, because I'm going to be in line behind some old fucker who, for some reason, has been to Rayleigh's 47 million times and has used that machine, but every time it's a new experience for Martha. Yeah, Martha. Yeah, enough's enough. We've had that bullshit. We ain't doing it again. San Francisco's had it with the fucking migrants. And New York City, Mayor Adams says, fucking, this is bullshit, because there's nowhere to put them. Sanctuary City went fucking up shit creek. It's overrun. And Biden's not doing shit about it. Biden does not even mention the fact that we have a migrant problem ever. And he rarely mentions the border. Fucking rarely. But we got something for his ass coming up. Yeah, the border is wide open. So, I mean, fucking wide open spaces. And the beaners, come on in. I'm a beaner, so I'm allowed to say that. This is a disclosure I have with the beaner population. This just in. Speaker McCarthy has just announced the impeachment of one Joseph, I don't give a fuck what his middle name is, Biden. Yes, finally, Sean Hannity doesn't have to keep having breaking news about something that's going to happen. It's actually going to fucking happen. Finally, we're going to impeach this bastard. And guess what, people? Now, all the shit that you've been doing to Trump and saying that he lies and he's a racist and he's this and that and blah, blah, you trying to rob the American people, blah, 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 sticking in your butt, is all going to come out now for Joe because he'll be impeached. He's going to be impeached. And they have to open up all those files and all the stuff that he's been hiding and the money laundering with Hunter. And that's when they'll find out that global warming is bullshit because that's a money laundering scheme. And that's why he's adamant about that shit. Why do you think he pushes that all the time? It's because that's where he can hide the money. We need millions for this. We need millions for that. And people go, okay, that makes sure the earth doesn't get too hot. Fucking, you guys are fucking morons. I'm telling you, you're drinking the Kool-Aid. There's no fucking global warming, climate change, or anything. But so he's going to be impeached, and all that shit's going to come out on the table. All his lies. Democrats are sweating. CNN, MSNBC, all of them. I've seen them, and they're like trying to just blow it off. Like, oh, no, he's never lied. It's funny how they're going to try to do that. He's never lied. Why would they pick on him? He's a good man. How long are they going to just fucking lie for him? Is everybody paid off? Is everybody in that fucking side paid off? Because you cannot expect me or any fucking reasonable person to believe anything you guys fucking try to sell us. It's horse shit. You guys are not even good liars. Anyhow, yeah, it's time to get payback, bitches. Yes, Joseph, you are going down. So my prediction, though, he'll resign because why is he just going to go down in flames publicly? He can't speak, so he can't really defend himself. All he's going to say is, I didn't do that, Jack. But I did, you know. Climate change is a fucking joke. We know it. Arizona's been under the sea 6 times. You can find seashells in the desert of Arizona, you fucktards. We do not control what the world does. The world does what it wants because that's what it's always done. So you can just do all the little fucking things you think you need to do to protect the fucking ozone earth and whatnot. It's not going to make a fucking difference. Okay? So stop with the madness and all that crap. It's you've been had. You've been had. You've been had, and he stole your money. It's the Biden fucking family mafioso. They're just like the mafia. Why doesn't anybody other mafias whack this mafia family? That'd be great. Where's the fucking Corleones or something? Here's a funny joke. What's blue and smells like red paint? Gunner, any answers? What's blue and smells like red paint? My butthole does not. Blue paint. Get it? Because all paint smells the same. That was it was fucking clever as shit. Yeah, don't let the smile and the movie stars fucking fan your intelligence. The good ones, the real ones, are leaving Hollywood. Hollyweird. And the ones that stay are the ones that normally, not everybody. There's some people who just are discovering that shit is bad down there. But I got much love for, I know Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer. They live down there in SoCal. They're good people, but it's going to get rough for them down there really fast. Going to the store is not going to be a fun day. I saw the thing about Snoop Dogg in the tutu. That's disheartening. Dancing around in a pink tutu. Sold out. He sold out. I haven't heard anything from like Ice Cube. Ice Cube's the one who has adamantly he's been on Rogan and stuff and says, "Yeah, they ain't gonna get me." Cube is real. Cube is real, man. He's from Compton. Nothing about him is fake, and you ain't gonna see Ice Cube in no fucking dress anytime soon, dancing for nobody. It's sad that Snoop did that. Um, but he made his choice. He made his choice. That's all. That's all really I can say about that. Um, you know, Jason Momoa, I guess, is like fuck the Rock and Oprah and their fake ass donation. Jimmy Fallon, got in a little trouble. His cast members, at his night show were saying they weren't very happy that he was basically a big dick sucker, an asshole to everybody. He put out a public apology, said he's very, very sorry. There's rumors that he showed up drunk and did a show drunk once. I don't know. He might have a drinking problem. I can't speak on any of it, but he's a funny guy. Greg Gutfeld said that a very nice thing about him, and apparently he knows him. And that Jimmy's a really good guy, and he probably shouldn't have had to apologize. And he's probably getting fucking roped by his cast and made, try to little cancel. They might not like him, trying to cancel him out. People do that. Uh, sometimes they fucking kill the motherfucker. Joan Rivers was one of the first ones to say Barack Obama was gay and that Michelle had a penis. And she went in for a routine little nip tuck and boom, dead. Because she was going to come out and say it more in a book. It's like the mafia. People are getting whacked. Donald Trump's fearing for his life. I am surprised he's still alive, to be honest with you. I'm amazed that as much as they hate this guy, as much corrupt shit as they've done to try to take him down every which way but loose. Great movie with Clint Eastwood, by the way. I'm surprised they haven't whacked him. I mean, it would have been because here's the thing. I feel like I'm just giving away what they should do. Here's what you do if you want to take out your opponent for real. Here's the thing, though. If they took him out, they'd be all happy, and all the Democratic people would be fucking joyous. They'd probably throw a party. It'd be disgusting, the joy these fucking fucktards would have. I know people online, for some reason, every motherfucker almost on my Facebook, 977 motherfuckers are Democrats. Fucking pisses me off. So when I post some good Trump shit, nobody gives a fuck. I post a picture of me and my son at his birthday. I get like 75 fucking likes and loves. Pay attention to the important shit. But yeah, it's incredible. There's a hurricane out there that I'm kind of interested in. Hurricane Lee. So it started way out there, but it was a Hurricane 5. Now it's coming down. So it's coming up through the Gulf of Mexico. Now, from what I've just kind of heard and looked into, this thing is down to a 3, but there's like 3 other ones that are close by. And this guy does a lot of weather looking. He seems credible. Could be wrong. But so far, he's right because this Hurricane Lee is moving up the East Coast. And the guy said if this merges with those other 3, it's going to be the biggest fucking hurricane the East Coast has ever seen. Biblical. So y'all better think about that one. A lot of biblical shit going on. Libya just got washed away. Like the river just grew and fucking there went Libya. God's angry, I'm telling you. God's angry. But it's all going to be okay, people, because we have tomorrow and Donald J. Trump is going to win. So I don't want you to worry, you pretty little heads. Shout out to the people on Fox. You guys are awesome. Thank you, Jesse Waters. uh, Dana Perino, Greg Gutfeld, and the judge. And thank you guys because you have the best knowledge. You guys tell the truth. Um, and you're the only news anybody should ever fucking watch. And Tucker Carlson, we forgot about Tucker. Tucker's doing great with his own show, so we give applaud to Tucker Carlson. We love that guy. Great knowledge, great people. And if you ever want me on your show, I am available. This is Jimmy Articeros once again for the Jamby Show, and once again, love your family, bring them close, hug them, prepare yourselves because it's gonna get ugly. There's all kinds of things that could happen, but have food on hand. Canned food, whatever is non-perishable. Get as much as you can. I have a feeling we're gonna need it for a little bit. Okay. God bless you all. Jamby, show out. Peace.